I didn't see you there. And welcome to another episode of Crenshaw Corner. As always, I am Sanchez Crenshaw, and I'm joined by a blonde, sexy, voluptuous woman. That's your cue.
Okay. What's going on, guys? How are you? I am Angela Crenshaw. What is going on, family? What is going on, Sanchez? What is going on?
That's my wife, people.
I'm your wife.
You are.
You threw me off. You added some extra words to it. But
so what
okay.
I'm learning is this.
Yes.
Nothing's good enough for you.
You got the point.
Because when I don't use a lot of adjectives, you get upset. When I do use a lot of adjectives, you get upset.
Just point.
But if you're listening, why would I have to point?
I am listening, but you know.
Okay,
yes.
So we don't have to do this again.
Yes.
When I introduce you and I stop talking and I go quiet.
Okay, that's my cue.
That's your cue to jump in and say something.
Jump right in there. Jump in there.
So when I go quiet,
I jump in.
You talk.
I jump in. I just was staring at you, but go ahead. But anyway, look, housekeeping.
That's cool, but I need you to stay in the mic.
I'm at the mic.
Thank you very much.
I'm at the mic. Can y'all not hear me?
Yes.
They said they can hear me.
That's not what they said.
The family said they can hear me.
They said you're going in and out. That's what they said.
Okay, that's not what the family said, but go ahead, carry on.
So housekeeping. So family, welcome. We thank you to listening to us. Have you found us? For our new members of the family, if this is your first time, welcome. For our returning family members, as always, thank you for being a part of what we're doing.
We appreciate you.
Thank you for being along this ride, on this journey with us.
Yes.
We consider ourselves an interactive podcast. What that means is that we're on the socials. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram.
Come on.
We're on Facebook.
Come on now.
All under Crenshaw Corner.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have an email address of thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
I like when you say the. Say it again.
Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
I don't even know
Reach
why.
out to us. Drop us a line. We love to hear from you guys.
Yes.
So how you been, babe?
I am good.
You doing well?
Yes, I am doing very well. We've been in our respective corners today.
We've been in our respective corners today.
You've been in the living room. I've been in my room.
And that works well for me. That was a good day.
It was a good day. After work, you know. We just quarantined. We double quarantined.
Double quarantine. You had your space working. I had my space working.
Yes.
So therefore, after work, we were able to come back together, see each other, kind of miss each other, which is beautiful. Because I don't know about you, family, but when you see somebody every day, all day, every minute of every day,
I don't think you should have a problem with it when
sometimes you just want to miss them.
When I'm this cute, I don't know.
No, you are adorably cute.
Thank you.
But I just want to miss you.
Okay, so today we did it. We went to.
Today we missed. I found myself about 30 seconds missing you, which was cool.
Thank you. You kissed me and kept it moving. It was great. It was great.
So, family, we're going to do something a little different for this episode. For those who've been following, you know that we are in a regular podcast. We are doing a series, a self-care series.
Yes.
This would have been the 7th and final edition of that particular series, to close out for that series. However, to be honest, the last section of this particular series is a little heavy for us right now.
Yeah.
The last is going to be self-care, talking about security.
Self-care.
And there's no light way to discuss security. So we're not going to do that tonight.
Yeah, because it's talking about wills.
It's talking about wills. It's talking about healthcare. It's talking about, savings, and because there's so many different facets to security, not just the financial aspect. So we're not going to do that tonight.
Because there's so much going on. I don't think they want to talk about wills.
Yeah.
It's important, though, guys. So it's very important. We will.
We will double back to it. Maybe next week we'll come back to it. But for this episode, we're going to keep it light and fluffy.
Well, light and fluffy. And people have asked us because Wednesday.
Yeah.
We After Dark Wednesday.
If you did not listen to Midweek Moment, go back and listen to it.
Yes.
Because this episode will make more sense if you go back and listen to it. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a continuation of Midweek Moment episode, and we're going to do a elongated version of After Dark.
After Dark.
Yes.
People been asking us, asked what we do it, didn't want us to stop. We was like, well, Midweek Moment is only like 30 minutes. We try to contain it. People like, no, we needed more of it. So we said, you know what? Let's do it. So we're gonna do it again. Yeah. It was pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
I did.
Some of the answers. Okay, let's back up. Some
things I was sad.
Let's back up for a little bit.
Back up.
So, for those who have no idea what we're talking about, so what we're going to do, we're going to play another version of 20 questions.
Yes.
So, my wife has no idea what the questions I'm asking. To be honest, I just pulled up some random questions. I've only skimmed through a few of them. I don't even know what I'm going to be asking. So we're going to just end. There's only one rule for what we're about to do.
We don't do rules.
There's a rule.
Okay, go ahead.
We have to be brutally honest with our answer.
Aren't we always?
Yeah,
And
but
I missed it.
but some of the questions I kind of perused. Yeah, we got to be brutally honest.
Oh my goodness!
All right, you ready?
Will we be back in our prospective places, or will you be on the patio tonight? Like,
well,
where does it go?
Here's my thing.
Okay,
Here's my thing.
It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing, people. It's a thing.
My name is on the lease.
Right.
So I'm gonna sleep in my room.
Right.
And ain't nothing you can do about that.
I mean, that's fine, but the floor is pretty. I mean, it's good plush carpet.
No, my finance help pay for this place. I don't cover
Let's go.
everything.
Let's go.
But
Let's
my
go.
finances
Let's do it.
help.
Let's do
so
it.
I'm gonna sleep in my bed
Let's
where
do
I
it.
want to.
I'm excited because little do you know, I got questions of my own.
Oh Lord, you see, you never told me you had
See,
questions.
you see this pen? You see how I dropped that pen, y'all? You hear that pen dropping? Got my own pen and paper. But carry on.
Whatever.
Let's see what we got. Let's go for it. Go ahead, go for it. Let's go.
All right, so like all of these are gonna be light and airy, but we're gonna start with some softball questions.
Softball or softbar?
Softball.
Softball questions. Okay.
It's never a saying anybody say soft bar.
It could be.
That's never a saying.
It could be like, girl, go to the softball and get you a drink. You don't know?
What is a soft bar?
In Jamaica, in the water, the bar is soft. You know the ones that be in the water with you?
That's called a water bar.
Soft bar. Come on.
I can't with you. I
Come
can't.
on. No. I'm just
All right.
saying.
So first question.
This is me. I'm not making it up. I feel good about what I just said.
For real?
Yeah, I do feel good.
All right. So
Go ahead, carry on.
what food reminds you of me?
What food reminds me of you? Pineapples.
Pineapple. Why does pineapples remind me of you?
Yes.
Why?
Because pineapples have this tough. I was quick with that too.
You were.
I
A
didn't
little
even have
quicker
to
than I
think.
thought you
That's
were gonna be.
crazy because I didn't even have to think about it. But anyway, pineapples are like prickly on the outside, kind of tough skin or whatever the
calling me
case
prickly?
is. Can I?
Okay.
Hello?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello. Hello, family.
Continue.
Thank
Continue.
you. Kind of prickly, kind of like hard on the outside, but then once you get out of the outer shell and you go in, it is so good. Pineapples are so good. You might get some that are sweet,
Right.
some are sour, but at the end of the day, people love pineapple. They remind them of freshness and goodness and all that stuff. Will you stop pointing at me, tell me to get this mic? I'm on the mic. Anyway, so freshness and good. What was that sound you made?
Just continue. Just continue.
Freshness and goodness and all that good stuff. And pineapple makes everything better. So that's how I feel about you. You make
Okay.
everything better.
All right.
Like, so yeah, that was quick. I was quick on my feet.
You were very quick. I did not expect you to have an answer that quick.
I didn't either, but it just came to me. Look at God. Won't he do it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm scared. Me. Go. Oof.
Actually,
Okay.
it's actually a fruit as well,
Okay.
and it's your nickname, Peaches.
Oh, that is my nickname,
Yeah,
guys.
that-
But why?
It's similar to why you actually got the name, because
Mm-hmm.
when you smile, your cheeks get so large.
Oh, my gosh.
And like take over your face, and it's so adorable.
It's
But
adorable.
also, you're compact. And
Don't do
you're-
that.
You're juicy,
Okay, I don't know what to do with this right
and
now.
I mean that in all the ways you think. I
No.
do. Girl, you
No,
juicy.
no.
No.
Nope.
I'm just saying.
Nope.
Okay. So.
Nope. I know it's after dark, but nope.
All right.
Nope. See how
We're gonna continue.
I was a PGer?
I'm saying I kept it PG.
Okay.
I mean, I could've-
no,
I could've went into
no,
detail.
No,
I
you
kept it
couldn't. You
PG.
couldn't have because you're going to the next question.
All right. So
Go for it.
Next question.
Go for it.
Do you like kissing or hugging more?
Hugging.
You're a hugger.
I'm a hugger.
Are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You sure?
I'm a huge hugger.
Nah, you are.
I'm a huge hugger, and you give the best hug. So definitely, when it comes to me and you,
Right.
I love hugs because you. But this is crazy because no matter where we go, guys, if you meet anybody that knows Sanchez, as far as affection wise, they'll tell you they love hugging him. He's a great hugger. He hugs you like he's protecting you. He loves you. You're the best person in the world. So yeah, hugging. There's nothing wrong with kissing. I think kissing is amazing, but I like the fact to just hug and just
Right.
stay there.
I
I
got
think
you.
that's what that is.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm a kisser.
Really? All the hugs you give out all the time?
Yeah, but I'm not.
And
I'm not going around
amazing
kissing
hugs.
random people.
Okay, well this is true.
I'm saying I got a lot of dudes that I enjoy hugging, but I'm not kissing. So I'm
Let me
just
write
saying.
this down. kiss her because I never knew that.
Yeah, I much rather prefer kissing you than hugging you. I mean, I love the hug as well.
Right.
But I like that kissing interaction.
Oh,
That intimacy with the kiss. I enjoy it. You got the beautiful, voluptuous lips.
thank you.
So for me, I enjoy kissing.
And I feel bad because you kiss me all the time, but I'm more. If you notice when you kiss me, I kiss you, but I want to hug you.
Yeah.
So that's kind of that's an aha moment.
You're a
for
drive
me.
by kisser.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's almost like you're my auntie. Like you just a quick peck, and then we roll on with it.
Quick peck, but I'm not gonna stay long because
you
I
don't
want to
stay long at
hug
all.
you, and I love kissing your forehead. So that's our thing, though. Our thing is to kiss each other's forehead. So
Yeah.
that's always been our thing. So, but I like to just hug you and just stay there.
Okay.
I feel comfortable and secure. I feel security.
That security thing.
Security thing. Yeah.
I'm kind
yeah.
Plus, I'm kind of a big guy.
Yeah, you are. You kind of
All
a
right.
big deal. I'm kind of a big deal.
I'm not saying that, but just kind of a big guy.
Go for it. Go ahead. What else you got? Come on.
All
Come on.
right.
Let's get it.
So I'm gonna ask one more that I'm really curious about your questions, and
Okay.
we're gonna jump on one of yours.
Go ahead. Cool.
Actually, this I'm kind of curious about.
All right.
Do you ever dream about me? So the question is, do you ever dream about me?
I've had dreams, but they weren't like good dreams. They were like I was choking you out, or
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
like
Excuse
something
me,
like
what?
that, or you did something and then I tried to kill you, or like something where this is how much I love you.
Oh wow.
So, or something where we're like running from something. So I do dream of you, but not like dream about you. Because to be
wow,
honest, and
okay.
you know this already, I don't do a lot of dreaming.
That you remember.
That I remember. I just don't.
Everyone dreams, but
if
it's
I,
that you remember.
that I remember, but like sometimes, because I've told you that before, like, babe, we were together, blah, blah, blah. But it's always something like violent or like, or like
Yeah, no, but here's the thing. Here's how I know that you actually do dream about me.
no, you try.
You have literally woken up mad at me over something that happened in your dream.
Because we were fighting. I'm
And
telling you, we were in a violent moment.
You were genuinely upset with me and stayed mad for like half the day over something that happened in your subconscious.
Because you were acting up. And so
In your subconscious.
it doesn't matter. It was
And
what
not
it,
reality.
but it felt like it was.
Wow.
You ever, guys, family, you ever had that dream that you woke up and was looking at somebody like, yo, that felt real, bro.
Yeah, you've done that. You've done that on multiple occasions.
Yeah, but I do. But it's just in that way. So what about you? Do you dream about me? Have nightmares about me? What?
I do.
Okay.
My dreams are a little different though when it comes to that.
Okay.
In my dreams, you don't talk.
Okay, great. Am I a mute?
In
Sign
my-
language?
yeah, in my
What am
dreams-
I doing?
There.
I'm there.
There.
There is important.
There.
Because
but
I think because in your subconscious, you don't want me to talk. You just want me to be here.
pretty much.
So your dreams are basically what you want your reality
Pretty
to
much.
be. Okay, got
Pretty
it.
much.
Got
Pretty
it. Got
much.
it. Well, that is truly a dream. My God.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
always
that's a
going to
dream.
be just
That's
kind of a dream.
It's kind of like a dream.
All right,
Yeah.
your turn. Your turn.
Okay,
Before I go
so
into more questions.
let's say we've been together 20 years.
Hold on. Are yours like short answers or your essays? What are yours?
Can I answer my question?
I'm just curious. Go ahead.
It's cool. It's really easy. So let's say we get married again.
Okay.
Right. 20 years
It's
in.
not going to happen, but it's okay.
20 years in. Would you, or let's say if we went back and did it again, would
Right.
you have liked a public proposal or a private proposal?
Oh, that's
What would have worked for you if we did it again, or if
Okay,
we
if we had
had
a
if
do-over
we had
on
to
it?
do a do over?
right. Oh, that's so simple.
What would it be?
Private.
Really?
Private
again?
all day. Private all day. And of course, pretty much no one knows this particular story.
Mm-hmm.
But I proposed to my wife in her bedroom. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We had just, and no, it was not like that, people. At that time we were working third shift.
Get a
together.
life.
And we had, late second shift. We had just gotten off of work about 1:30,
Mm-hmm.
and I brought her home, and I just stayed for a little bit just to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I got on one knee, and the crazy part, as I got on one knee, I was still just as tall as she is.
Yeah.
And I proposed. And for me, that was the best thing. It was just her and I,
Mm-hmm.
no one around. And yeah, that part I would never change. I would do that over and over and over again.
Well,
Just the two of us.
Well, let me tell the story because you just was like just left out some stuff. So he got part of it right. So he
I got all of it
He
right.
got part of it right. You left some stuff out.
Whatever.
So he's like he said, he gets on one knee. I bust out laughing because first of all, there's no way this joker is still my height on his knee.
Because you're short.
Whatever. So I'm kind of looking at him like, okay, what is this about? So I'm laughing, and then he says he can't breathe. Do you remember that? He was like, I can't breathe.
I got short of breath.
And I'm like, breathe. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, get up, or whatever the case is. And it was just crazy. And then he said, would you marry me? In my head, I said no. In my head, I said no. But my mouth and the rest of my spirit man was like, heck yeah. And I said yes. But in my head, I said no because I could not stop laughing because I was like, okay, but we just got off work.
Yeah.
You know, like we just got off work. Like, where did this come from? But yeah, but I would say I like private.
Okay, so you would keep it as private.
Yeah, I would keep it private.
Okay.
I wouldn't do. I don't need a whole hoopla of stuff.
Right.
But I would keep it private. So here's another question: what did you inherit from your dad?
Oh, that's simple. My work ethic.
Your work ethic.
My work ethic.
What do you mean?
Okay. Talking about my biological father. Not a lot. Some people who know me know kind of the story behind that, but we've never had a relationship. Mm-hmm. So I did not grow up with my biological dad. Mm-hmm. So the lessons that a lot of young men have learned because their father was in the home with them, I didn't get that part. But out of all the negative things you can ever say about my father, he worked. His work ethic was crazy. He was. He had to almost die not to work. So, and I get that from my father. So when it comes to work, I'm dependable. I'm gonna get the job done. You can count on me being there. You know, at all costs. Whether I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Whether I'm sick, I mean, I'm the person
like
that
for real, y'all.
Yeah, I'm the person that the job has to send home.
Yes.
Because they're sick.
Seriously, y'all.
So, but I get that, and I appreciate that. The work ethic, the understanding that you have to work, that you have to be dedicated to your work.
Right.
That part I got from him.
Okay.
And that part I do appreciate. So that's one thing I got from him.
Nice. Okay.
What about you? Other than the head.
From my dad or my mom? Where are we going?
Actually, for you, let's do mom.
For mommy?
Yeah, let's do mommy.
I think what I got from my mother is
Attitude, mouth.
hello.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello?
That wasn't for me to answer.
Hello. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I think from my mom.
Snottiness,
Hello.
Cussing.
I don't
No? Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I thought this was my question again. I apologize.
No, it wasn't
I'm
your
sorry.
question.
Go ahead. So,
I think from my mom, I get the can't sit down and always cleaning up.
yeah.
My mother cannot sit down.
Can't she still?
And but that's a crazy part. Now that she's gotten older, she does. She's like, whatever, I don't even care anymore. But all my life, the time that I did live with her until I moved out,
right.
She didn't know how to sit down, and she was always cleaning. And I think also the fact of always having stuff like toilet paper,
right.
like stuff like things like that. She was like her. My mother bought paper towels and toilet paper before it's fashionable to buy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She was stockpiling toilet paper.
Nothing else. You would leave with some toilet paper, some napkins, paper towels. So I think I kind of got the stockpiling. Not as much as her and dad did,
right.
But that aspect of me where my mind goes crazy, where I'm like, okay, this house got to be clean. It needs to look a certain way. I can't sit down. I can't rest unless it looks
a certain way.
Okay. I definitely got that. You know, that's her.
Yeah.
And I definitely got that from her. So I got another one for you.
You got another one for me?
Yeah. You see me. Okay. What touches you to the core? Like touches your heart to the core.
Oh, wow. Okay. And when I say this,
it doesn't necessarily have to be me now.
No, because it's not.
Okay,
it's
in
not.
general, like
And when I say this, some people they may get a little upset behind it, but at this point, I really don't care. There are two things that touches me to my core.
Okay.
And just thinking about it made me smile. The moment you asked that question, I already had an answer. Because it's two scenarios.
I think I know, but go ahead.
Okay. Now understand. All my nephews and nieces, I love you guys. You are amazing. I love all of you. But it's two in particular that when I think about them,
I already know.
And it's it's my two older sisters, daughters. But it's my niece Jadakins. Just her love for me.
Oh my
touches
God.
me to the core.
It's sickening, y'all.
And then my niece Ella. and
Text you.
who
How old's Ella?
Ella is, oh man, don't see you about to get me in trouble. I think
she's
I want to say Ella
nine.
is 9.
8 or 9.
8 or 9. I think she's
And
9.
she texts
and Ella,
her
I'm sorry, baby. I'm
uncle.
sorry.
She will text him or video chat him and
Yes,
just stare
and
at the camera and don't say nothing.
And send me just the most random pictures and filters of herself. But like I said, because collectively we literally have about 14 nieces and nephews.
Incredible nieces and nephews.
Incredible nieces and
Yes,
nephews.
we do.
I love them all.
Yes.
But it's just something when those two, it's just the love those two have for me.
Yeah.
And
because Jada's 21.
Jada's 21.
She runs to him and wants him to pick her up.
And I do every time with a bad
he picks
back.
her up with a bad back. And she adores him. So it is crazy like that. It's crazy.
Those my heart. So yeah, that's those two scenarios.
Yeah.
No matter where I am, no matter what I'm going through, those two scenarios touch me to my core.
To your core.
What about you? What touches you to your core?
I don't know. Well, okay.
You ain't that hard of a rock.
No, I'm not. But I will tell you what touches me to the core right now, just recently.
What is it?
This little grandbaby.
Okay, yeah.
Holy Toledo.
Just thinking about little
dude. I did not think that someone who is not even here yet, like who is in his mom's stomach, just chilling, just relaxing. Actually, today is his due date.
Official due date. He said
no. He said no. He didn't want it.
You ain't ready for me yet.
Y'all ain't ready for me. But just the core of me to see what he looks like, to touch his hands, to smell him, to have him in my presence. I just feel like that. I just pray anointing on him, and I just want to see what I've been praying, how it manifests. That's how hard I've been praying for this little baby, and so that touches me to the core of my soul.
I can see that
right now.
I can see that.
And then the other thing, people do not judge me.
What
else touched me to the core is the way I agitate my children.
Yeah, that's a special thing about you. You get the most evil joy, the most sadistic joy.
Listen,
out of tormenting our kids, man.
I absolutely, guys, y'all don't understand love my children. I mean, like, I love my kids, and I'm so excited when this is over late tonight. I have a new puzzle, because this is the thing. What I do is late at night. Is it every Friday, or do I do every Friday? I think I've been doing every Friday
mostly
lately.
Every Friday, yeah. Mostly every Friday.
I send these mind puzzles or these psychological puzzles, and I put it in a group chat with like 9 of us. It's like their fiancés and girlfriends and the kids. And so when I tell you that these people hate.
Yeah. No, family, understand. This is the kind of stuff that my wife does. So our youngest son, and our youngest son is actually 26. He's the gentleman that's about to be a father.
Yes.
So he was here the other day, and we were in our room, and we had the door closed because him and his girlfriend, they were doing something in the living room, getting some stuff together or something. And she just started calling his name, and just started calling his name and calling his name. And then when he came to the door, and he's like, "Oh, yes, Mom." He's like, "How can I help you?" She's like, "I didn't want anything."
That was it.
And she just looked at him.
He was so annoyed.
He
was so annoyed.
Like, I mean, she called his name for like 45 seconds straight. And when he came, she wanted nothing and just looked at him.
I wanted to see his face. See, this is the thing. So when I tell you guys the love that I have, our kids are like totally grown folk.
Yeah, totally
like,
grown.
Totally grown folk. Not no play grown
they
folk. Grown. And so I just will text them randomly and be like, "Hey." That's all I say. They be like, "Ma, what is it?" Nothing. Because this is the thing. When they get older and I'm gone off this earth, what they are going to remember is that
you are annoying.
Yes. They're going to be like, "Oh my God, I wish my mother was here just to annoy me." Seriously. So those are 2 things that to my core right now that touches my soul, seriously. And I can't wait till tonight because I got another puzzle for the whole family.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. Yep, I'm excited. Go ahead. Okay, I'm good. I'm sorry.
You're fine. So my turn.
Go for it.
So now we're going to go kind of the after dark. After dark.
You know, that sound more like Latin. I mean, you're like, if you're going to do Latin after, you got to go, something else has to happen to say after dark. You know,
whatever, man.
You're not saying it as sultry as
whatever,
you should.
Man.
Okay, fine, whatever. I'm just trying to tell you what you sound like.
Here's my question.
Go ahead, go for it.
What is your favorite? Ooh, I don't know.
Wait.
Right there, I sound like Elmer Fudd.
Maybe you're not supposed to ask that question.
No, I am, but I don't know why I had an Elmer Fudd moment.
I don't think you need to ask that question. question.
Oh, I'm asking this question.
Nope.
Oh, this question gonna get asked.
Okay, go ahead. Carry on.
What is your favorite sexual memory of us? I'm gonna repeat that for the people in the back who didn't hear that.
You do.
What is your favorite?
This is a Christian podcast. After dark.
Well, we's married. It's legal.
Yeah, but that's a little out there, ain't it?
Look, this is after dark. I'm saying, what was the rule? Had to be brutally honest, right?
That's a little risque, babe.
So we not gonna do that one?
We ain't gonna do that one.
For real?
I'll tell you later, privately.
You gonna punk out like that?
I'm gonna punk out like that.
Wow.
I tapped out. I tapped
You
out.
gonna tap out?
I tapped out.
Wow.
I tapped out. I tapped out.
Wow, that's no fun.
I'll tell you later.
That's no fun.
It's okay.
All right, so you want to be all corny and stuff.
Did you? Now, how corny is it? Tell someone they corny. Now
corny,
that's
man.
corny. But go ahead, go for it.
What movie reminds you of us?
What movie reminds me of?
What movie reminds you of us?
Holy Toledo. You go first, because I got to think about that for a minute. See? Ooh.
That is actually the movie that reminds.
Ooh,
okay.
wait a minute. Do we need hold music?
I think so. Because,
Ooh.
we're going to
come back to that one, because
I don't,
that's bad, people.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's bad, people. That's bad. I can tell you what fruit, but I can't tell you what
But
movie.
I can't
tell
either.
you what
We're
movie.
going to come back to
All
that
right, go
one.
for it. Go. What you
All
got?
right. When did you first know that you wanted to kiss me?
When I first knew I wanted to kiss you, probably because we used to drive back and forth to work together.
Yes.
And I remember there was a time that you were upset. And I remember a time I was like, just scream or holler or something. Just get it off your chest, because you have a tendency of keeping things in versus verbalizing. It had nothing to do with me, but you were
Right.
just upset. We came from work, you was upset about something that happened in your family. You were angry. And finally you just screamed. Like, I was like, just scream, let it out. And you literally in the car would scream. I didn't think you was going to scream that long, but you screamed. Do you remember that? You
I do.
screamed in the car.
Yeah, I do remember that.
You was like, and then you just had some tears. And at that point I wanted to comfort you, but we were still good friends at that point.
Yeah,
So I
'cause
didn't
we
think
started-
that was a space.
We started as best friends.
We started as best friends.
We
We're still
but
best
we started
friends.
as best friends.
Yeah, we started. We never. People don't even know we never dated.
We never dated.
We've never dated, guys. Never. We didn't date until we got married.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Just a little bit, since you're talking about that. Just a
Yeah.
little bit of our story when it comes to that. So my wife and I met in August of 1999.
1999.
In February of 2000,
We were married.
we met. We got
Was
married.
that 6 months?
Uh,
August, September, October, November, December, January, February. You have
about
6 months.
And then in that 6 months, we never dated.
We
because
never dated.
We never talked about getting together. We never talked about a relationship because we were best friends.
Best friends. And
She
I was
was-
trying to hook him up with girls.
We're not gonna talk about
I thought
that
he was a
'cause
good looking
that
dude.
didn't go well. The
Get him
crazy
some
people.
cuties.
Nah, everybody you tried to hook me up was crazy.
No, but they were.
Listen.
Listen.
They looked good, but they were certifiable.
I'm sorry now. I apologize. But yeah, so we never dated. So I think that's when I wanted to kiss you, because I wanted to comfort you
Right.
and kiss you. And I think I started falling in love with you. I think I started falling in love probably before that, but even more so because that was raw emotion. That was real. You know me, I love genuine raw emotion.
Right.
I don't like sugarcoating and things all fruity and fruity pebbles. I don't like it, and I think that was when I was like, yeah, because at that point, all the things that you told me at that point was intimate to yourself, to
Right.
your soul, not something, it wasn't surface conversation at that point. It was real talk,
I got you.
because remember, we used to have Peaches and Chaz.
Peaches and Chaz. So
Chaz.
here's the thing. So growing up, I just mentioned it. My wife's nickname growing up was
Peaches, yes.
And then my nickname growing up. So anyone who grew up with me or anyone in my family, they refer to me as Chaz. Mm-hmm. That's how I've always been called. So as I became an adult, I became more regal. I became Sanchez.
Why did you do the whole hand?
Because it's regal. You got to be regal with it.
But they can't see you, bro.
Whatever, man.
Okay,
Whatever.
go ahead. Carry on. Go ahead.
So our alter egos, I don't want to say this. So when we're going through something, the roughest part of us, we refer to as Peaches and Chaz.
Right.
So we have Peaches and Chaz conversations.
Right, exactly.
That's when we strip off the title of husband
Right.
and wife. And at that point, we're just two best friends talking to each other.
Right.
And whatever we need to say, whatever we need to verbalize,
Gut
whatever
rock.
emotions we have going on,
Yeah.
we have the energy and the space to say that
Yeah.
without wife Angela, husband Sanchez taking offense
to it.
to what's going on.
Exactly. So sometimes we have to throw out the towel and be like, Peaches and Chaz need to talk, because that way, and we can't like literally take the emotion or the whatever we felt in that conversation out into the marriage. We can't do it. We gotta, like, when that's over, that's it. You can't go into, Angela and Sanchez can't discuss it,
right?
And they can't have an attitude about it or hold grudges about what was said.
What Peaches
and Chaz said. We can't do it. And I think that's what's kept our marriage.
That's one of the things, but
that's one thing that's kept our marriage.
That's kept us going.
That's kept us going. So we'll do that other question we wasn't going to do. Peaches and Chaz to do that question. Angela Sanchez is not doing that question on the podcast. I need y'all to pray for Sanchez. Somebody, if you know a word of prayer, please pray for this man. But anyway, I'm sorry. Carry on.
Man.
Carry on.
All right, I got a question for you.
Go ahead. Go for it.
As a child, did you trust both your parents?
No.
You didn't even think about that answer. You gave that no thought.
No.
You just jumped right into the deep end.
No. I had a different childhood. So I grew up really quickly in my childhood. My mom, I love my parents. Nothing against my parents. I love them to this day. Are recovering addicts.
Yes.
So, and been clean for over thousands of years, I'll per se, got degrees and the whole nine.
Yeah.
So that's not what I'm saying. But as a child, what I went through, I did not trust them, because I was the adult. If they were drunk or whatever whatever you want to say, I took care of everything as a little girl, like trying with the best I could do of cleaning up or what I thought cooking looked like or keeping them from arguing. But I didn't trust them with my life. So I took control of my life at a very young age and took care of myself very young. So, and I love you, Mom, Dad. I love everybody. Love you, Pop. But no, absolutely not. Would I trust them now? Absolutely. But as a child, because they had a sickness, they had a disease, and I just couldn't trust them with my life. Especially if I was taking care of them.
Yeah.
You know?
I get that.
And the crazy part about it is I remember my mom sitting down years ago and telling you that I took care of her.
Yeah, I remember that conversation.
And wishing that
it was hard for her to have that conversation, but she had it.
Yeah, and wish she had did things differently.
Yeah.
But I was an adult, and so here I am. So no, and no. Love you, parents. Love you, Mom. But no. Did you trust your parents as a child?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, you put a hell on it.
Oh, hell no.
Ooh.
No.
You had to think about it some more?
Yeah. I wanted to make sure I was just living off raw emotion. No. And it's not for the reasons like you. I did not come from... No, actually, take that back. One of my parents had an addiction.
Okay.
My biological father, to this day, I don't care what he says, is still an alcoholic. He's a functional alcoholic, but he's an alcoholic.
My parents were too very functional.
Yeah. My mother, no. She had her vices, but it was cigarettes. But she didn't do drugs or drink or anything like that. Two different reasons why, though. My biological father, once again, I touched on a little earlier, I didn't grow up with him. Him and my mother separated when I was 4 years old.
Okay.
There were large chunks of my life that he was not a part of.
Okay.
And when he came into my life, it was very brief. It was like a ghost. He was there. He was gone.
Okay, got you.
In the midst of that, the only thing I've ever heard about him from my family were negative things. That's all I ever heard. How he was this, he was that.
Right.
It was nothing ever good about him.
Okay.
So, and then knowing what I did know from the little bit of time I spent with him.
He showed you.
He showed me that a lot of what they were saying was true.
Okay.
Case in point. We used to go to his girlfriend. My brother and I used to go to his girlfriend's house with him and play with her kids.
While he was married to Mom?
While he was married to Mom.
Wow.
Yeah, at that point, they weren't divorced yet.
Right.
So he taken his sons from their home with his wife and our mother, and we're going to the girlfriend's who was a member of the church that we all attended, and we're playing with her kids, and this is the stuff he used to do.
Right.
So I don't trust that Negro as far as I can throw him.
Okay, dude, was that so country? I ain't trust that Negro as far as I can throw him.
And to this day,
that was country.
To this day, now, very, very strange relationship with me and my father. I absolutely adore my father. I always have. I have always, since a little boy, and that was a lot of my mom's issues with me, that she always felt like no matter what she did was never good enough because she wasn't him.
Right.
And in some cases that was true.
Right.
He was my everything. And to this day I adore and I love my father, but I know who he is.
Right.
So he could never be, at least to that set of kids, he could never be
Right.
what he was supposed to be.
What he was supposed to be.
And then when it comes
Or
to
what you thought he should be in your head.
correct.
Let's clear
Yeah,
that up.
let's clear that up.
that
What I
up.
thought
in your head.
what I thought
he
in my
should
head
be.
he should be.
Yeah, I got you.
Now,
Okay.
as far as
Same
my-
theme here. I got it.
Yeah, as far as my biological mother, she wasn't there enough for me to trust.
Okay.
And it's no fault of her own.
Right.
She was left in a very bad situation.
Single mom.
Single mom trying to raise kids.
2 boys.
2 boys. At that time, well, pretty much always, my entire life, pretty much, she's worked 2 jobs.
Right.
So I didn't see her. I mean, I saw her briefly in the morning when she left for work. I saw her briefly at night when she came home from work.
Gotcha.
And even on the weekends, her Saturdays were hers. It was a typical growing up in a black mother's house. You're up by a certain time. You're getting the house clean. And then from that point, we're off to my grandparents' home.
Okay.
We're being dropped off there. She's going to hang out with her sisters or whatever she's doing for that day. Because during that time, you're a child. You stay in a child's place. You're not going with the adults. You're not hanging with the adults.
Right.
So she did that. And then Sunday, we're at church all day. By the time we get home from church, she's cooking dinner, getting ready for the next day.
Right.
There was no time.
It was a cycle.
It was a cycle. So
Got you.
growing up, I didn't know her. I didn't have an opportunity to learn her. I didn't have an opportunity to know who she was. It wasn't a lot of dialogue, wasn't a lot of conversation because once again, growing up in that era, staying in a child's place, it wasn't open dialogue between a parent and a child.
Right, I got you.
They wasn't doing that.
Right.
So I spent my childhood in my grandparents' home. Now, if that question was, did I trust my grandparents with everything I had?
Me too.
My grandparents, I
Well,
trusted
some of them.
Some of them.
Some of them. Let me backtrack.
I got a set.
I
got a set that I love.
Yeah,
but I ain't trust you.
No, I love them, but
yeah,
no.
I love you, but no.
No, not on me, my side either.
Yeah, but but that was a set of grandparents,
Right.
that raised me. That I trust my heart, my soul, my mind. I trust everything I have to them and with them.
Got you.
But parents, nah,
Nah,
not at all.
But we love you, parents.
Love you.
We
to
just
this
being
day.
honest. I'm pretty sure if we ask our kids, they'll be like, if I asked that question, what would they say?
Okay.
No, I think they would trust me. I think they just
I'm
like,
hoping
Lord,
so.
somebody please pray for her. But we'll trust my mama. I trust my mama.
Okay.
You saying, okay, what's up?
Here's the next question.
Okay, go for it.
Since we're talking about parents, what did you learn about marriage from your parents?
Wow. Now, I'll say this. Mom and Pop were amazing.
Oh, mom and pop were awesome together.
They were, and this March made 5 years
He's been gone.
that my pop passed away, my dad passed away.
He's been gone.
But they were amazing. They taught me what it is to stick together even when you don't have nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Because I watched them both be in drug rehab. I watched them both come out of drug rehab.
They met in
I
rehab.
watched,
Yeah.
I watched them basically live. Like we lived in a smaller than this, in a studio apartment. I watched them save money in a jar. I watched them continue to save money. I watched them go from one spot to another spot to a brownstone. I watched my mom go from a bachelor's to 2 masters. I watched him go from being an accountant to working for transit to the day he died. You know what I'm saying? So they taught me that, and they came from the beginning of having absolutely, seriously, nothing and making nothing. They would make nothing work. My best memories about them living in that little studio, because I slept in the living room, and right next was a little door, and then because basically we used to call it a kitchenette, because it was in a brownstone, but you go outside to use the bathroom, right? Outside the room area. So it's like the bedroom, it's just a little kitchenette or whatever they want to call it. And I remember us having neck bones when I used to eat pork. I don't eat pork or beef now. I haven't done it in double digits. But my mother would make neck bones, and she would make lima beans and rice. Boy, let me tell you. And then after that, the next day, take the other pack of neck bones, make them put some barbecue sauce on them.
Barbecue neck bones.
With some rice-a-roni. See, y'all ain't ready. With some rice-a-roni by itself, and that was a whole new meal.
Right.
And my pop always got up and made breakfast. He made Spam and egg sandwiches. We had so much Spam, but anyway, that's not here nor there. But they taught me to, and I think that's what drives me is to, no matter what we went through and how much they could make $5 look like 5 million. Seriously,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
lasted, and they lacked. I don't remember when they got together. I lacked absolutely nothing.
Right.
To the day he died. To the day my dad died. Seriously.
Gotcha.
So they taught me how to stick it out. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't easy. It wasn't like the best. They didn't have it all. But what they did have was each other, and they made that thing. They rocked the wheels off that.
Yeah, they did.
They rocked the wheels off that.
Yeah, they
and that's what
did.
they taught me. What did your parents teach you about marriage?
Everything I learned about marriage from my parents is what not to do. I did not learn what to do.
Okay.
I learned what not to do.
Okay.
And that's simply because my parents were divorced by the time I was 4 or 5. They got separated when I was like 4. I think the divorce was finalized around
And they were
5 or 6.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I learned everything what not
So
to
is
do.
that when we got married? Because you keep telling people I married you when you was a little kid.
Yeah, no, I was freshly divorced. At that time, I was 6 and a half.
Yeah, when I married
Yeah.
you. Okay.
I went from my crib to your house.
Okay, cool. I just want to make.
that's
I
what
just want because I don't want to confuse nobody.
No, but what they taught me not to have your girlfriend come to the house and pick you up. They taught
That's deadly.
Yeah.
Where we doing that at?
they
But
taught
anyway.
they taught me don't invite your wife to dinner, and when she get there, the girlfriend is there too.
Okay.
I learned that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I learned don't throw a 32-inch TV at your spouse.
Okay.
I learned that
Okay.
because you'll mess up your back.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Your
learned.
mama messed her back up.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
threw
Okay.
it.
I see what you're saying.
And see, that's
That's when it was a real TV.
real TV.
The real TV. That this little
When the
flat
flat
crap,
screens.
right? This real
that
stuff.
whole big back. Yeah.
Big booty TV, we
big
called
booty
it. The big
TVs.
booty TV is what we called it. Yeah, big
Threw a-
booty TV.
threw a big
I don't
booty
think
TV at my
anybody
father.
know about a big booty TV. Right now, we got these flat booty TVs
No,
right now.
but we got some family members. They know about them big body TVs. They know about the big bodies. But I learned what not to do. I learned how not to be selfish in a marriage, not
Okay.
to put all your needs before your spouse's, before your family's needs. That's what I learned. So I learned what not to do.
You know what's the crazy part? Sometimes those what not to do are amazing. Not
Yeah.
because you are my husband, but just taking you off the plate as my husband, but the incredible man and human being that you are, personally was built off of that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes
You know
sense.
what I'm
It makes
saying?
sense.
And so good, bad, and indifferent, even though they taught you what not to do, it still was a blessing within itself.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
please let me say this.
because we love our parents, first of all.
I don't agree with my parents.
Right.
We have
I don't agree with
philosophical differences.
Yeah.
But I love my biologicals. I love my biological mother. I love my biological father. I'm thankful for that union because if it wasn't for that union, I wouldn't be here.
You and your brother.
Me and my brother, we wouldn't be here. So I'm thankful for it. Like I said, we have philosophical differences on life, but I love them. I really do. So
Yeah.
and I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for who they are.
Yeah, and what they gave you.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we got to be understanding good, bad, and different. Parents gave us what they had.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not an excuse. That's the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes be like, oh, that's just an excuse. But no, sometimes they just give you what they have. And I think that's those things that we take instead of being angry about those things, like you did, instead of being angry about it, was like, they told me what not to do. And I use that to be who I am today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Plus, it's a totally different generation.
It's a totally different generation. And I think, and side note, since we're talking about family members, children, all this stuff, people, Sanj, I don't even know who gave him this shirt. Did your daughter give you this t-shirt you got on right now?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
I
just
probably
have,
read it.
I'm looking at him. This shirt says, yes,
Read my
I do
shirt.
have a beautiful daughter. I also have a gun, a shovel, and an alibi.
An alibi.
And I just happened to look up and
And I
I'm like,
lived
who
that-
bought,
I
so
lived
your
that
daughter bought
philosophy.
this shirt.
My beautiful daughter bought me this shirt.
She just letting people know out in these streets.
They need to know.
Okay, all right.
Look, okay.
But right now, it's okay to wear a mask, gloves, have tape, all kind of stuff.
I can't say that though.
But the
Anyway.
way you know, you was
Okay.
gonna say it. But anyway,
Anyway,
so
so-
uh-huh.
All right. Question.
Okay, go for it.
Since those last two questions got a little heavy, so we're gonna keep it a little light on these next two.
Was that heavy? I don't think it was heavy. I think it was real good.
Okay.
I think that was real therapy for you because it felt like you felt that.
Yeah, actually, I did.
You felt
I
that.
did.
So I think that was therapy. You needed that. You know, this is always our therapy session. So
What's your favorite book? And if you say the Bible, I'm gonna throw something at you. If you get religious and say the Bible,
My
I'm
God.
gonna throw something at you.
My God, I read the Bible every day. My favorite book at all time is Sister Soldier, Coldest Winter.
Coldest winter.
When I tell, if we're gonna talk about fictional,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
My absolutely favorite book, and
got
I
you.
love all of your books, but I'm telling you
No, I get
about
that.
the Coldest Winter, and then that's my favorite.
I get that because my favorite book is not even one of the ones I've written.
Yeah,
No.
what's your favorite book?
My favorite book is Big Bad Wolf.
James Patterson.
Out of all the Alex Cross
Cross,
collections,
that's your favorite. He's
that's
done
my favorite.
several.
He's done more than several.
Yeah.
But Big Bad Wolf is my favorite.
Okay, you got to tell me why. No,
Nah,
don't
nah,
try
nah.
to pass that quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it off. Because we got more questions.
No, tell me just a little bit. Why is that? Because I've read James Patterson too. So I've read some of them, like Mary. I've
Right.
read that one, some of them. But why is the Big Bad Wolf? Just in 2 seconds.
The
Why?
villain.
The villain.
The
You
villain.
always in love with somebody villain.
It was the villain, how well he was written, his motivation behind, and I'm not going to spoil the book for anyone. I would suggest everyone read all of James Patterson.
Every book he got. My
We're
God.
not sponsored by James Patterson, but I just love
No,
him.
but and the women and the murder mysteries with the women too
Yeah.
as well.
So
anyway,
but
we're not
it was
sponsored, but we love him.
It was the way the villain was written, his motivation behind it. He was psychotic yet intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just the dichotomy of who he was and how he was,
Right.
and just how he did things and his mindset. I just loved it because he always takes the time to really develop his characters.
Yeah, let you know them for real.
You really feel like it's a person you know.
And sometimes he messes me up because sometimes James Patterson messes me up because like I want to root for the villain by mistake.
Yeah.
But that's how well he writes
writes
it.
them.
He writes it that well.
Because you feel the vulnerability, you
yeah,
feel the
yeah.
anger, you feel the hurt, and that entire book for me, The Big Bad Wolf, throughout the entirety of it, you felt it.
Right, I
So
got you.
that's why that's my favorite book.
Got you. Okay, let's
Now
go.
this next one is going to be hard for you.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay.
What's your favorite song?
Oh my God.
I mean, I know what it is. I know what your favorite song is. Want me to tell you?
Wait, what's my favorite song, baby?
Want me to tell you what your favorite
Go ahead.
song
What my favorite
is?
song is?
For the 9 months
That's not
I
my.
carried you.
No, that's not. I
Held
will throw
you
hello.
inside
Hello. Don't
me.
make me hit you.
No charge.
No, that's not my favorite song. That is not my favorite. I don't know if you guys remember when you were younger and your mama cleaning up. But I remember my mother cleaning up in the smell of pine sol.
Yeah.
And I always knew what she was going to clean up because she going to play this goddamn song,
For the
No
9
Charge.
months.
So I felt like
I carried you.
she made me feel like because I wasn't helping, I was lazy. That's what the song made me feel.
inside
That's not
me.
my song.
No charge.
The devil is a lie.
All right, what's your favorite song?
Tell me yours because I got to think about that because I don't do a lot of music.
I know
right
you hate
now.
music. That's why.
But
said
I will
this
tell you
is
what's
gonna
my
be hard
favorite
for
song right now.
What's your favorite song right now?
Rattle by Elevation Worship.
Okay. I knew you was gonna get
This is the
religious.
sound. Yeah, I'm not
I
being
knew you was gonna get
religious.
I knew you were. I knew you were.
But no, like right now, that song is stuck
Right.
in my head.
I got
How
you.
dare you say I'm religious?
I knew you were. I knew you were. I'm not.
Sucker.
Right now. I'm not as religious as you.
Whatever. You don't love the Lord. You don't love the Lord.
Whatever, man.
That's your problem.
Whatever, man.
I gotta
So,
think about it. Keep going. I'm gonna think about it. Let me think about
My
it. a little bit
favorite song all time.
of all time.
It's Amy Winehouse, her rendition of Valerie.
You love Amy. My husband cried literally, guys. All jokes
So,
aside, when she passed away, like I'm
family.
not joking. Like it
Yeah,
was a family member. Like seriously,
Okay, first of all,
He loves
if
her.
you have never had the privilege of listening to her sing, go on YouTube, go to iTunes, go to Spotify, go somewhere and find an Amy Winehouse song and just listen to her. Her voice, the haunting. Unfortunately, she was a very troubled soul, very young age, very troubled. And that's how she ended up losing her life behind the demons that she was running from. But in her voice, in her songs, you heard everything she was feeling at that time, you heard through her music. Whether it was pain, whether it was love, whether it was happiness, you heard from her music.
Yeah.
And my wife is right. When I first heard that Amy Winehouse had died,
yes, he did, y'all.
my
Seriously.
whole world stopped for a
Yeah.
moment. And my heart broke.
It did, guys. Seriously.
And even now, thinking about it sometimes, I well up because just of the talent. Anyway, but that's my favorite song of all time. So go out, listen to Amy Winehouse, her version of Valerie.
Mm-hmm.
It's the young people say that's my jam.
I was sitting here thinking about it. And I was like, I was torn between Brownstone and Anita Baker.
Okay.
Of their songs. I like, and because I think my favorite song of all time, because even now I still sing it to myself, is Anita Baker.
Which one?
Operator, put your baby on the line.
I got you. Okay.
Just the other night. So yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you a few more questions.
Go. You got a few more?
I'm gonna ask you a few more questions.
Oh my goodness, I'm scared. But go ahead.
All right. And this was gonna be hard for you too.
Why do you keep? Then don't give them to me.
But because I know you, it's gonna be hard for you.
Okay, you don't know me. You don't know me.
What was your favorite movie as a child?
Gosh, I barely watched TV as a child.
This is my point. If you really wanted a child as a child. But this is my point. That's why I said it was going to be hard for you.
Movie. You know what?
Yeah, what was your favorite movie as a child?
I wasn't child when The Wiz came out, but I thoroughly, one of my hands down, absolutely with Donna Ross. I promise you.
The Wiz?
Her. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Her and Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
It's on down the road. We're
Woo-hoo.
gonna, it's on down the road.
Yes, singable.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't you carry nothing that might be alone. Come on.
Ease on down the
road.
road.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. How about you?
My favorite movie as a child was, and maybe this talks about my psyche a little bit more than it should,
Okay.
but my favorite movie as a child was The Dark Crystal.
Okay, first of all, what is that? I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Let me pull my glasses up. Ooh, what is that?
The Dark Crystal was a Jim Henson movie. Mm-hmm. If you don't, you should know Jim Henson.
I know the Muppets. I know
Sesame
him.
Street, Jim Henson.
Yes, uh-huh.
So
He wrote a real movie?
He did a lot of movies.
Oh, Lord
He
help
did a
me.
lot of movies.
Okay.
But it was an all puppet movie.
Well, that's creepy by itself, babe.
Yeah, and it was called The Dark Crystal. If you've ever heard me, and you at some point in time in the 20 years you've been together, you've heard me say, looks like Gelfling, smells like Gelfling, must be Gelfling. That comes from The Dark Crystal.
You see my face right now?
Yeah, but it was...
Please. Oh, Lord, we're going to have to start recording us doing these so people can see the facial expression.
But as a child, yeah, that was my... Mm-hmm. And it was just as the title, it was a dark movie.
With the Muppets?
Well, none of the actual Muppets were in it. It was all puppet. Like everything was practical effects. Everything was puppets. There were no actual people in the movie. So and it wasn't a cartoon, but it's like these beautiful creatures. But The Dark Crystal, that was my favorite movie as a child.
We're gonna move forward.
All right, I had another one.
This is the crazy part.
What's
when
up,
you
baby?
just said puppets. My aunt and uncle lived in D.C. Aunt Wally and Uncle John.
Yes.
What's up, guys? When you said puppets, and I remember going to a puppet show. And so my aunt and uncle saying, I want you to meet somebody because they remind me so much of you, but it's going to be a surprise. And I'm like, okay. They were like, no. This little girl, and then the lady I met who was doing the puppet show, she was like, you've got to meet, I think it was her niece or her cousin.
Right.
But they never told me she was a star until I met her. And she's like, 'cause she reminded me so much of you. And I was at a puppet show, and that's where I met Dee from What's Happening. That was the first time.
Yeah, I can see that.
Everybody was like, her cousins, everybody was like, oh my God. And she came over at the puppet show.
Yeah.
And I met her. I was in Washington, D.C. at the time, and I met her. So it just made me think of, you know what things can trigger? I hadn't thought about that
In years.
and ever, first of all.
Yeah.
Like, I did it. It happened. I was younger. Moved on. Because I was younger then, but that's amazing. But go ahead. Carry on. What's your question?
All right,
that was so weird.
Here's my question.
What's up?
Who was your first crush? Now, I don't think we've ever talked about this question, ever. And if we have, I don't remember. But I'm curious. Who was your first crush? Do you have an answer?
No.
Do you need more time?
Yeah.
You want me to answer it first and then you come back to it?
Yeah, carry on.
Crystal Gale Guy.
Who, what?
Crystal Gale
Who
Guy.
is Crystal Gale Guy?
Crystal Gale Guy.
The fact that you even knew all three names, first, middle, and last, Do I have to worry about her?
Nah, you don't have to worry about Crystal Gale Guy.
Well, say it like this. Say Crystal, because it's like
What?
Crystal
That's-
Gale Guy.
No, but that was her name.
Carry on, babe.
Crystal Gale Guy was
Okay.
Okay, first of all, you have to understand.
What grade were you in?
This was like literally kindergarten, first grade, second grade. It's like early childhood development.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And you remember Crystal Gale Guy?
1151 Woodside Avenue.
Okay.
Growing up in North Charlotte. She was in the neighborhood. She lived in the neighborhood. Her and her sister.
Was she an older girl, Sanchez?
Nah,
She older.
Nah, we were about the same. She might have been she maybe were a couple of months. We were in the same class.
Okay, how old were you?
So
at this
she might have
point?
been a couple of months older than me.
And how old were you?
Like 6. I mean, whatever age you are, like kindergarten, first grade, it's like 6,
That is
7.
great. But carry on. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she was this beautiful little mixed race child. Her mother was Caucasian. Her father was African American. To me, she was exotic. I mean, I'm 5 or 6.
She's exotic,
Yeah,
babe.
I didn't know that many biracial people growing up at that
Baby,
time.
okay. I ain't
Don't
gonna
do that.
I ain't gonna
Don't do that.
Woo!
I already know you going. I already know you
I'm
going.
about to say in actuality,
Don't do
but
that.
you know,
Don't be
okay.
disrespectful. Don't
I ain't
be
gonna disrespect you and your race. Go ahead, carry on.
No, but she was at that time to me, she was the most beautiful.
Oh,
She was the most beautiful person.
Crystal, where you at?
Crystal ain't paid me not a bit of attention. Not none.
Baby, do we need to look Crystal Guy?
Nah,
whatever
we
her
good.
name up.
Nah,
you
we
sure?
good. I'm sure we good.
Oh, babe.
But yeah, she was.
That's so cute.
At that time, like I said, at that age, she was the most amazing thing to me. She paid me no attention. Actually,
broke your little heart.
if you've ever heard me say that I learned how to write from a girl, or a girl taught me how to write, that's why my letters are so big and bubbly like they are.
Because you were trying to write love letters?
No, her best friend Adrian Baker taught me how to write because it was 2 of them. It was her. It was Crystal and her best friend Adrian. Adrian's grandfather lived catacorny from my grandfather. I used to love that old man. He's a crazy old man, Mr. Baker. I used to love him. And and she was cool. She was cool. I mean, I was cool with both of them, but I was more friendly with Adrian, and she taught me how to write. That's why my letters are so loopy and stuff. But yeah, like
Look at life.
My first crush, Crystal Gale Guy.
I can't come up with one right now.
For real. Well, that's because you fought boys growing up.
I did fight a lot of boys.
Yeah, you fought every boy that came to you growing up.
Because I didn't like it. Don't get out my face. So I really, as a child, I really cannot give you one. I'm not trying to be funny. I literally cannot. I'm like, whatever. I beat you up. Let's just beef. I'm like, I was a tomboy my majority of my childhood. So if a dude walked up to me, we were going to fight. Why are you even looking at me in that manner? That's gross. But anyway, carry on. I'm sorry.
All right. So, if you could go back in time, what age would you be again? So, once again, for the people in the back.
For the people in the back.
If you could go back in time, what age would you be again?
There you go with that. Ooh, see, I don't know, Sanchez.
You don't know?
Honestly, I'm like sitting here and like, who made that question up? So I can go punch him in the face.
Why does it always
I'm just
resort to
saying, I'm
violence
just trying to
you,
figure
man?
out why they making that question.
I always want to be
I don't
violent.
know, babe. I honestly don't know if I could go back. What age would I be? It wouldn't be my teens.
It would.
No. Because I have all my amazing children now, and I have my, we had our kids when we were teens, so that wouldn't be in my 20s. I don't know.
You're no fun.
I'm sorry. You want me to make it up?
You're a wet blanket. You're no fun. I would say something my father used to say, but this is a Christian program.
Do not say anything that Pop said. Don't you ever say anything that Pop said. Now, if I think about that, I think about going back maybe 5 years ago before he passed away.
Right. Spend some more time with him.
And spend time. Well, we spend time with him all the time.
Yeah.
But I think because he died, 2 days after his birthday.
Yeah.
And he slept his birthday away. And now, if I had to consider that, I would think going back into that time frame and going to the house and spend time with him for his birthday versus I'll see you tomorrow, let him sleep because he was tired and he wasn't feeling good. But I would probably say that. But other than that, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that back life.
17.
17?
17.
Wasn't you pregnant? Wasn't Morgan
No,
coming
I wasn't.
in 17?
I wasn't pregnant at
Wasn't you
17.
I mean, you know what I mean.
Nah, you'd have read about that if I was pregnant at
Yeah,
17.
we would have been rich.
No, actually, Morgan was 19.
Yeah, she was 19.
I was 19, but I had my first child. But no, 17. It would be 17 because 17 is where I made one of the biggest mistakes of my life. So 17 is where I would go back to correct that.
You got
kind of like
trouble.
Kind of like a quantum leap thing.
You in that quantum leap?
Yeah. My true nerds are gonna know what I'm talking about with quantum leap.
Okay.
But I would go back to 17, and I wouldn't have took that trip to Raleigh during spring break.
Just beat yourself up.
Yeah, you're gonna sit yourself down somewhere, sir.
Sit your whole body down.
Yeah, so family, this is an honest conversation. So at 17, I made a huge error in judgment, and I took a car trip to another, same state, another city within my state, and with the intention of robbing a repair shop. It's like a Meineke or something like that, with a group of guys of mine, and we had an inside person, and we were gonna rob it. He got smart at the last minute, and we should have, but we just said no. We're here, so let's do something stupid. So we decided to rob a pizza man. Yeah, so we robbed a pizza man, and of course, nothing goes to plan. I end up getting extradited back. So we got away for a moment. I came back, and that was at the beginning of that was at spring break, and then finished out the rest of my school year, and then the beginning of my summer. They came and got me.
Yeah, because that's what people do. They come.
Yeah, a whole lot of people, whole lot of mean, mad people came and got me.
Come and got you, so
I had to spend some time away. But yeah, if I could go back in time and do another age, it would be 17, and I would sit my behind down somewhere, and I could have actually graduated high school with my class instead of on time
instead of later,
and actually might have actually went to college. Instead of going to community college some years later. But yeah.
But you went.
Yeah.
But you went.
But that's what I would do.
Thank you, Lord.
All right, so one more question.
One more question.
We're going to do one more.
I
got to find a good one.
Okay, I'm a little nervous.
Okay, so, ooh. I already know the answer to
Not
this
ooh.
one. I already know the answer.
You sure?
As a teenager, did you ever rebel against your parents?
Every day I woke up.
I already knew the answer to that one.
My every waking moment, my
waking
mama would say her, and my pop would say her every waking moment. Every chance that chick got, she rebelled. Yeah, I feel, I've done a lot of apologizing to my parents because I seriously, all jokes aside, I apologize because I was. Yep. I was fighting. I was doing my thing out there. I was in New York. I was in Brooklyn. Whatever you think a Brooklyn chick was.
That's what you was.
I was.
That's what you was.
If they said Brooklyn chicks is fighting, I was.
Yeah, you was.
They said Brooklyn chicks is throwing down, I was. Brooklyn chicks cursing everybody out, I was.
Definitely was.
But yeah, I was rebellious.
Okay.
I was rebellious but educated.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I did
and that's what irked mommy so much about you.
Yeah, that bothered my mother. One thing I did not do is I could not bring anything less than an A into Sylvia May house.
Because you were smart enough, you knew better.
I knew better.
Yeah.
But so I could do school with my eyes closed. That was never an issue. The issue was my mouth and my hands.
You didn't know how to keep your hands to yourself.
And I didn't know how to be quiet.
You were part of the lay hand ministry.
Lay hand ministry, and I was an advocate, which is crazy because I still am.
Yeah.
But I
To
was
this day,
an
you still are.
advocate for. I didn't like bullies, and if you bullied somebody, and I like them,
Yeah, you out here bullying the bullies.
I'm bullying the bullies, bro. So yeah. We already know. Go ahead and answer because I know what your answer is.
Oh, most definitely.
Every chance you got.
Every chance I got.
Every chance you got.
I spent, I was the person, at least you came home. At least you were home.
Yeah.
I disappeared for stretches at a time.
Yeah.
My mother had no idea where I was.
Yeah.
Because I would I would sneak out the house,
Mm-hmm.
not come back. I'd be gone. I would look, and no exaggeration. I would
know.
literally be gone
Your
for
mother told me.
weeks at a time. Mm-hmm. Like she had no idea where I was. She had no, I wouldn't check in. I wasn't calling. I would come home long enough when she wasn't there to change out some clothes or grab some clothes I needed, and I was gone.
Ooh, choke out. And that's why.
Yeah, I was gone.
That is why people, when he used to come home, his mother would have a prayer group.
Oh man, it was so many. It was so many Baptist church women in our house. Everything was greasy because she done anointed everything
Yes,
with oil.
ma'am. I love her.
Slapped me in the forehead with a handful of oil.
Ooh, my God.
But yeah, but that saved my life on a lot.
I tell you
Yeah.
that every prayer and every anointing that your mother stored up for you has manifested in your life.
Yeah, because-
I am so appreciative to her.
Oh, she saved my life on.
Yes, without even knowing it.
Yeah, and she saved my life in Raleigh. She doesn't even know it. Her prayer saved my life because right before we decided to rob the pizza guy, we decided, and we were just stupid. We were just walking up to random people at a park and trying to hold them up. And we picked the wrong dude. And I'm not trying to sound racist, but we picked this little Mexican guy. He's smaller. We ain't worrying about. It's three of us. We're all
Yeah.
big. 3 big black guys. We'll scare him off.
Right. How'd that work for you?
This fool pulled a gun on us.
Yeah. Hello, America.
And he didn't take us serious, which we were so out of our element. We should have been doing what we were doing. Because we pulled our gun on him. He looked at us and laughed and pulled his gun on us. And it could have went so wrong.
Yeah.
It could have been like, you're doing this podcast with a whole nother person.
Yeah.
But she saved my life.
Yeah, your
Her
mama
prayers saved my life a
your
lot of
prayers.
times.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, your mama stayed on her face. She still do for you.
Yeah, she still do.
She still
Now,
do.
the
Thank
one
you,
thing
Mama Linda.
I can never take away from my mother
Ooh.
is that my mother's a prayer warrior.
Yes, she is.
My mother believes in the power of prayer.
My God.
Mother, she is serious about it.
Don't play with her.
As the old people used to say, my mother could pray the roof off a building.
Seriously, guys.
But
like,
yeah, so
Mama Linda is
her
nothing
prayers,
to play with.
Her prayers have saved my life and continuously saving my life.
Continue. You got some stored up prayers from
Yeah,
Mama Linda.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mama Linda. Yes.
Well,
ma'am.
family.
Yes. Is that it? That's all the
Yeah,
questions?
that's gonna be it for this episode.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, I'm good. I think because you ain't want to answer the one I wanted you to
Nope,
answer.
not gonna answer that.
So yeah, we
not
good.
gonna answer it.
So family, we thank you. We thank you for being
guys for
part of
hanging
this
out
journey.
with us.
We thank you for hanging out with us. We thank you for being a part of this.
Yes.
We thank you for your feedback. We thank you for just loving us. We thank you for the positivity you give us.
Yes.
And as always, ending on, we're on the socials. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. All in the Crenshaw Corner.
Yeah.
We have an email address, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. And family.
Wait, but I got one thing before you let the family go.
What you
Guys,
got?
I'm interested in this. Guys,
Talk to me.
If you have any questions for us that you would like me and him to answer, if you send them to our page, we will do a Facebook Live. He looked at me like, what? We will do a Facebook Live and we will answer them as honest and as gut rock as we should.
I didn't agree to that.
You did. Once I said it, it's out there.
All right,
so if
yeah,
you
I agree
have
to that.
any questions, guys, I don't care what it is, Q&A us to death. And I promise you, and give us permission to say your name,
And we'll Facebook Live it.
and we'll Facebook Live it. And we'll answer those questions Facebook Live.
That
So go
sounds
ahead
good
with the
to me.
rest. I'm sorry. I just want to throw that out there.
That sounds good to me. Family, as always, welcome to our journey.
Thank you, guys. We love you. Bye.